Okay.
Yeah, you do.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 5, 10.
You have 8 minutes left.
8 minutes. Oh, that's good. I'll read you a couple more. So do you want depressing, 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 or depressing? Okay, this is one that is depressing. It's called Beyond the Suicide, for Don Snowball of the Ojibwe Nation. Here we have the grainy but static manifestation of the perfect woodsman as he clutches his cornucopia of hissing hubris fruit. Here the beloved suicide smiling from ear to missing ear, so suddenly headless, yet deep in dream beyond the scrambled brain ceiling, listening for the dull drum of some disturbed vision of grouse, muscles sore, head so very light, and no true mirror or hope of examination, only the hollow, brainless thought, brains disassembled, embedded in drywall or yellow sponge, finally deep in some septic of piss and pine sol. Your false remembrance of murdering everything, of breaking the children's colorful toys, of living after we all had died. And you have become the bright tooth, knocked out unwillingly, the good song on paper, burnt up in a drunken fire. For you we view the night stars and blow smoke to the house of summer and the stark plain of winter, to the bed of the sun and to its morning rising, to you, bone powder beyond the quadrant of this green bowl that holds us. And I think I'll just read one more, seeing as we're on this theme, where I am. This was in Alive at the Center, which is an anthology of poems from Portland, Seattle, and Vancouver. It came out last year. And this is again about my brother. It's called The Wine Dark Sea. He held a gallon jar above his head, graceful as an Olympic diver. At 5, he dove, hands and jar extended from the top of the cement barbecue to the sea of patio concrete below, and scalped himself. So when Mum took the tea towel and wiped the blood from his forehead, all his hair lifted up like an insecure toupee. Of course, Mum screamed a lot, and it took a doctor 20 stitches to sew the stuffing back into his head. When he was 8 years old, and culpable before the Mormon God, they decided to baptize his abnormally long body by full immersion for the remission of his sins. Each time they tried, plunging him under, a toe or finger or elbow would refuse to submerge. For years after, he was a joke with the local congregation, holding the record for the number of times dumped before they got him right under, completely immersed in another place with gravity suspended. When he was about 5, he would wander off whenever I was assigned to look after him. One day in a blustery late November, I had taken him to the Long Beach by Semiahmoo Bay. I recall our large puffy parkas, mitts, boots, distracted by birds or agates or whips of seaweed. I forgot about him, and when I looked, he was knee-deep in the wine-dark sea, and then he was waist-deep, and then neck-deep, and then submerged. But every few seconds, his head would burst through the surface, blowing like a whale, and then down and relentlessly forward he'd go until I caught up with him and dragged him blubbering to shore. Then one day, years later, he suspended his tall frame in too short a room and defied gravity like a fish on a string, received a remission of sin, entered the gallon jar with one smooth cartoon move, took an endless hike on the beach at the bottom of Semiahmoo Bay. Thank you.